Hey all you YouTubers, smokers and grillers, sous vide cookers, subscribers and newbies. Welcome to Old SmokinSteve's. Today we're going to be smoking up a chuck roast out on a big green egg. Now you can smoke this up on any grill that you have, whether it be an acorn or a pit barrel or whatever you have. It's going to be equally as good. I tend to do these chuck roasts. Anything you like really well, you keep doing it over and over and over again because it's that good. And this is the case here. It's just like a brisket. Brisket here in this neck of the woods is a lot more expensive than a chuck roast. So I tend to go to the chuck roast. So here it is. Weighs about 3.24 pounds. And we're going to be smoking this guy up. And what we're going to be prepping it with is a little bit of yellow mustard. We're going to be using some kosher salt, some smokehouse beef rub, a little bit of pepper, and some Traeger coffee rub. Now, last time I fixed it up, it was pretty similar to this, but just a little bit different twist to it. So we're going to give this a try, see how it turns out, and let me show you how we're going to get that prepped up. Okay, we got this chuck roast laid out now, and as you can tell, it's got a little bit of marbling in here, and that's what we want. It's going to make it a little more juicier and a little more flavorful. So we're going to start out by putting a little French's yellow mustard on here. This is going to help form that bark or that crust that we like so well on the outside of this guy. And those of you who don't like mustard, no worries, because you really don't taste it on here. You're going to have to trust me with that one. So we're going to coat this up both sides with mustard. Okay. I'm going to rinse my hand off here. And we're going to come back and add some kosher salt. And this kosher salt will tend to break down some of the fibers and tissues in this meat and make it a little more tender for us. Don't be afraid to put a good coat on there, because you're not going to really taste all this salt anyway, just like the mustard. Okay, that ought to do it for the kosher. Let's follow that up with our smokehouse beef rub. Put a coat of that on there. We'll go ahead and do this one side, then flip it over. We're going to do some black pepper. I'm going to dry my hand off here. I can't grip the lid. Okay guys, I had to change up pepper grinders here. I went with this one. That other one was too hard to turn. So I'm going to use this. Put a little coat of pepper on here. Oh yeah, this is a lot better. Okay, now we're going to follow that up with some Traeger coffee rub. Looking good already. You want to use this a little more sparingly. It's pretty flavorful. So we're going to pat that in a little bit, then flip her over and do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to wrap it up in plastic and put it in the fridge overnight. Okay, rinse my hands off again. Texas Smokehouse beef rub. Same thing as we did on the other side. A little bit of pepper. And finally, another coat of coffee rub on this side. And that's all for getting it all prepped up. Like I say, we're going to wrap this up in plastic, put it in the fridge overnight, and we'll get up in the morning and fire that smoker up and get to cooking. So I'm going to get this wrapped up, get it in the fridge, and we'll see you in the morning. Morning. It's the following day. Just woke up. Still trying to get them eyes open up, but we're going to get that chuck roast on today and get that grill fired up, get it up to about 250, and we're going to be smoking her up with some hickory. And I got this thing pulled out of the fridge, and I want to show you what it looks like. It's been in there getting all nice and happy, and it's smelling good. So here's what it looks like. It's been in the fridge for about 24 hours now, so we got her pulled out, and it's looking pretty good. So we're gonna get that grill fired up and get her on there and get her to smoking. Okay guys, I wanted to show you the setup on this grill. I do have it lit now, and it's still climbing up to temperature, but I wanted to show you the setup. We have the plate setter in there with the feet up, and we're using 2 tiers of the egg expander, and I got a drip pan underneath the top grate to catch the juices from the meat, and we'll be putting that meat right on the top rack. So let's get her closed up and let her climb up to 250. Okay, that chuck roast has been on about an hour and a half, and temperature's holding it right around 250. And I wanted to go ahead and show you these dampers. The top dampers open just this much right here, and the bottom damper going down here, and you can see that that's just open a little bit here as well. So that's my damper settings for today. There's not a whole lot of wind outside, so that's what we got, and it's holding right at 250. Okay, we got that meat up to about 155 now, and we're going to take this drip pan out of here and put some beef broth in it, and then we'll also be putting our meat in. And I made this little rack here. I didn't have a rack that would fit in there, so I made this out of tin foil so the meat wouldn't be submerged in the beef broth. So we're pouring this beef broth in there to give that meat a little bit of moisture as it cooks. So now all we need to do is grab our meat off the grill here and place her in the aluminum pan. Just like so. Then we're going to go ahead and put her in the grill and cover that up with aluminum foil and close the lid and let her smoke. And we're going to kick back and enjoy all the smells and just wait for it to be done. Okay guys, we got her pulled inside here now. We're going to let it cool off a little bit. We took her up to 203 and brought her in. We're going to let her cool down, and we'll be cutting into it and doing the taste test. So stick around, you don't want to miss this. Okay guys, here it is. It's been resting for about 20 minutes, and we're going to cut into it, see what it looks like. Cooked for about 6 hours. Took it up to 203, and let's cut into it, see what she looks like. Smells really, really good and so tender. You see that? It's looking good, nice and juicy. I'll cut me off a little slice here. Look at this, guys. It's falling apart. Look at that baby. Nice and juicy. Pulls apart. Oh, that's delicious. That was too little of a bite, though. Nice hickory smoky flavor. Juicy. It's not salty. You don't taste the mustard. It's really good. I'm just going to keep on shoveling it in. Guys, you got to try this. It's really good. It's not a brisket, but it's just as good as a brisket and a whole lot cheaper. Give it a try. You're going to love it. So guys, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and hope to see you on the next one.